Yeah, I'm sure, as you can imagine, playing commercials today has been one hell of a time. I'm trying to time them out at least.
Oh God, yeah, I can, I can imagine. Wow.
And
Like during,
what's
during
up,
the game,
Zerg
so.
casual players? How's it going there with that gold lift? Just kidding, because spawning here in the top left corner of the map, staying at his own base, the blue Terran player, Keen.
All right, and in the top right, we've got our red Protoss player, currently teamless, or?
It's like the MC Gemhouse team, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, it is first.
But,
See, the thing is, any non-Terran player would gold lift every time if they played Terran.
no, see, actually, I want to talk about this. I mean, it kind of sounded like I was making a joke to fill some quick time, but this is a very serious thing. Because of the WCS finals, Habitation Station guys, because the green server, we've talked about this before, they're cheesier, they're more aggressive. I mean, a gold lift off 10 times out of 10 is usually the case. And it seems to be the only... A lot of people saw the Tempest reaction to that and seemed shocked. And I was actually a little bit shocked that the commentators were shocked, because, I mean, it's a very common thing to do to shut it down. I know this because I've talked to a lot of players on the green server. Being a North American scrub that I am, I've never seen it myself, but I've heard about it before in the past. So when it happened in the WCS finals, I was kind of like, it's to be expected. So when you come here with two players who are from the Korean server, you know, it kind of makes sense that Keen wouldn't want to lift off, because he would know that First would have that knowledge of how to counter him.
Yeah, that's true actually. It works really well, just because the Tempest can sit there and just blast away with nothing can deal with them really.
Especially right, like
Yeah.
usually it's like a tank contain and stuff, so it should be good versus that if you have.
Well, the only guy I've seen do the gold lift differently, and we're talking a lot about the gold lift, it's not happening, guys, there's nothing crazy is happening just yet. MMA is the only person who does it very uniquely, and I have actually tried copying his style back when this was still on the ladder pool, and I really enjoyed it, because what he would do is he'd get a Raven really quickly, and the Raven was intended to shut down the Photon Overcharge with the point defense drone, but I kind of feel like it would have the same effect on a Tempest, because it's that one big shot, but it's really slow and like a huge cooldown. So, I mean, there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts, and, like, we've seen a lot of people try and counter meta build each other on this map. I mean, Fenner versus Zerg especially has got first-hand experience with that, but I think with standard gameplay, Habitation Station can still be a very exciting map.
Yeah, I mean, you still see gold base quite often, but you still a lot of the time don't see it. I guess as well. But
hang on, we got the Reaper coming in. That's cool and all, but it's worth noting Keen pulled off a gas. There are a couple of Terran builds that require this, but I mean, and I'm sure if you recall, I made a joke with you a while back, but like, what are you, Zerg? But there's really, it's not that common to pull off of gas initially. He did this to get his command center up significantly sooner, significantly faster. The downside to this is, as we see, it kind of limits your production. You take a look at someone like Jockshi TVP, you know, these Heart TVP, these players have some of the best TVP in the game. And once upon a time, it was always 2 barracks, 1 reactor, 1 tech lab. People have been kind of leaning more towards the factory lately because the oracles are just so much easier to deal with a Widowmine. But these are 2 games for Keen where I don't like his openings versus what could have potentially been proxy oracles.
yeah, well, I mean, it's a conscious decision, right? Like, you can pull off gas, and if you pull off gas, it means you can get 2 barracks or 3 barracks up before the factory. I mean, that's the decision you make, but you don't do that, and then, as we see, he's getting the eBay instead, so I guess that's to make up for the fact that he doesn't have enough barracks, but he's gonna get a quick eBay and quick +1, but
look at this,
as we talked about.
Well, this is the problem Mothership Core. For those who don't know, you need magic numbers in TVP. You need exactly 3 Marines while micro to kill a Mothership Core. So he's got 4, thank God. But, I mean, it's that scary moment where, like, you don't know whether you got enough or not. But because he had to pull the Marines out of the bunker at the front, the Stalker could have possibly walked by. I think he took the Reaper shots and didn't realize it was a Reaper and not Marines inside that bunker, though.
Yeah.
The Mothership Core's kind of trapped up there. It'll take him a long time to get down the bottom.
A recall is still gonna hurt it though, right? Because he's only got 100 energy on it, so he's gonna have, like, no energy for Photon Overcharge if he recalls. That's a bit of a problem.
For first, this was a little bit ballsy, but I think he was really working with the fact that he saw that faster command center, and it was kind of everything I had just been saying, where you're not going to have that production because you get this so damn fast. You know, usually it's the barracks into the command center, not like that closer otherwise timing.
Do you see how quick this, like, +1 is though? Like, he's gonna have 1-1
so
with it. Like, when he gets his first 2 medivacs, he's easily gonna have like 1-1 with that attack. That's, I mean, I'm just kind of seeing that in front of me right now, that he's gonna be doing, like, probably like a big 1-1 timing with a lot of drops and stuff. I don't know.
This is giving like the Muslim flashbacks here, because the Muslim would do this for a long time too, where he'd rush out that very quick +1, storm forward. Maybe there's an overcharge, then you just walk right past it. So what First has done, and this is kind of critical in my opinion, I almost think this is because he saw the engineering base so early, he's got a sentry. The idea is not to stop the Marines from coming up the ramp, but either to trap them into the overcharge or keep them from going to the main. Because either way, there's not going to be a drop associated with this. It's just going to be, as Namshar described, a very big attack.
Yeah, I mean, he could do like a +1 Marine move, like you said, or, you know, he's just going to wait for +1 armor to finish, and then he's going to have medivacs with that, you know? So you could just wait for that and go then, and that's, I mean, that's not really something you see a lot of the time, that the first 2 medivacs has 1-1 with the Marines. Like, that's insane.
I didn't actually catch this, but I guess he walked the mothership core home somehow? I wasn't really paying attention to that, but he didn't recall because he's got 178 energy.
He snuck it around the bottom there. It took quite a while, but he did manage to get it out. But as Namshar said, he is going for that stem now. He hasn't started the +1 armor though. It's been a while since the +1 attack
he doesn't
finished.
have the gas, I guess.
Right.
He's getting more gases now, so maybe he would have if he had the gas, I guess. He's trying to get a lot at the same time now.
Yeah, I think he's just taking advantage of having the early engineering bay. I guess not really gearing up for that attack, but what is a little bit frustrating for him, or going to be, is the fact that First is not only double forging, but he got that robo up really quick. So I mean, Colossus, it's a counter to Marines, not so much Marauders. But it's also the fact that you know your opponent. If you reveal 1 Colossus early and your opponent sees this, they're only going to have 4 medevacs to work with, period. There's no Terran player who sees a Colossus and makes more than 4 medevacs. And a big part of this is because not only do you need the Vikings, but you can't spare it. You can't build that second starport this early. You can't afford to produce 4 Vikings at a time type thing. I mean, you have to go really sort of cheap on the medevacs. And if you do so, it's going to limit drop potential, which means you can take a safer third as a Protoss player. It's going to limit the potential fact that, you know, the pushes aren't going to... You're not going to see a Terran player push into Colossus with only 4 medevacs.
Yeah.
I'm really disliking this late armor upgrade here, because you know when you get an engineering bay, you want to constantly upgrade. You don't want to sit there, upgrade one of them, and then wait 2 minutes and then get the next one. It just, I don't know. He could have gone double engineering bay, and it would have been faster at this point.
Yeah, well, there's one big mistake that hasn't been pointed out. He's only mining with 1 worker in the second gas in his main, so maybe he's lacking the gas that he wants to get that earlier.
That's
got to be it.
No, hang on. That was his 4th geyser, though. I mean, he's recognized it now.
Okay.
But it's not like it's been like that all
for a long time. No, but it was for a long time. I've been watching it for a few minutes, actually, so it probably hurt him a little bit, but he's still got the +1 armor on the way now. But yeah, quite a bit later than maybe he would have liked for it to be, but it's still pretty quick.
Well, let's see if he actually gets the scout on the Colossus. That's awkward.
So what's he planning with these 2 medivacs here?
He was going to drop, but I think the SCV revealed that it was not going to be worth his while. Combat Shields is still not even done. If he pushes into this, it's suicide.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you consider, Knowledge Marines only have 45 health to begin with. Combat Shields are going to stim once, that's 35 health. Have fun, Colossus, getting all those free kills.
Yeah, he's going to want to get out of here.
40 seconds on blink, but he's losing a couple Marines.
But this actually distracts from the main. We're warping a couple Zealots here to try and deal with this, but this will buy him time.
Kind of dropping into the Zealots. Those Zealots are good, man. Whoa.
Yeah, Zealots are pretty cool units. They're a nice race.
Wow.
Calm down there, Zealots. All right.
Zealots, of course, I feel they're early game strong. Late game, you know, sometimes you'll see 50, and then it's kind of arguable because you had so many. But yeah, against low upgraded Marines, Zealots work out pretty nicely. But that blink early, guys, such a big deal. There's not a huge stalker count, but the stalkers can now catch the medevacs.
Oh, the jukes.
Oh yeah, the jukes really nice. They catch the medevacs easier, but it's so critical for dealing with those Vikings. Be able to blink to the side and focus them down, shift click, shift A move, whatever you want to call it. But the Viking count needs to be dealt with, otherwise the Colossus do go down very quickly.
Yeah.
Nice positioning on the mothership core there. Yeah. So not gonna get caught off guard by those drops.
One Colossus is the main gonna go down though. Maybe actually the Marauders can't keep up with this beast. Probe position. Probe position.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
And actually, gonna come in.
Yeah, I mean this was a cool drop. The fact that it picked up the Colossus suddenly makes this worth it, even if he loses everything. But
yeah,
I mean the Colossus count is kind of like Reapers. You know, they snowball pretty quickly to get them.
Oh wow, Keen is crazy with these drops, man. And he's going into the 3rd base at the same time, but that one's going to get picked off easily.
You know, to the credit of Keen, what I find impressive isn't the fact that he's dropping, but it's that his almost dead drops are way more effective than his full drops. I mean, like last game, 1 Marine, 1 Marauder picks up double forges.
Yeah.
This game, 2 Marauders, 2 Marine, almost kill another Colossus. It gets it to about health and gets out of there. I mean, it's a strange dynamic, I guess.
Yeah, he's really persistent with them, but you know, in some credit to First Off, like he's defended this pretty well. Like he's barely taken any damage. He didn't like 1A move his army all around. Like he's been defending this like really well.
Well, hang on, this is a little bit problematic though. The Stalkers did pick up on those medevacs, and like I said, you don't really have that many to work with in the first place. So
this has 2-2 here against the 1-1 of Keen.
Well, Keen's gonna have 2-1 for the fight, but you're right. That's still a very stark upgrade advantage for the Protoss player. EMPs
should
though.
First be pushing this?
I don't think so. No, First should definitely not be pushing this. But with the EMPs coming out, I mean, this is gonna be a little bit scary. Oh, did he not do concussive shells? Oh, he didn't.
That's some really sick ghost timing, by the way. That's like so preemptive. I really like to see that. You see so many Terrans delay the ghost for so long, but this is a really nice ghost timing. He's gonna have them out, like just as the first High Templars morph in, he's already got ghosts out, so fantastic move there to get those out so early.
Oh, Jesus. I haven't had to score out properly all game, guys. I'm sorry about that.
Oh.
So, yeah, 15 minutes in, 1-0 for Keen.
Yeah. Well,
alright, so where does this game go? Do they just build up? Oh, the boys! The boys!
Yep. He's calling them in. This works.
I guess this is where the game's going.
This works anytime there's not Templar out. It's always risky because you don't know if there's Templar and Storm Tech that's been hidden behind this. But whether you got Colossus, even if you got Colossus and Archons like we have right now, the whole role of the SCVs is just to soak even 3 volleys. That's it. You don't even have to soak a lot of damage because that's all the time in the world for the Vikings to do their job.
Yeah, look at first setup though. Like he's kind of expecting it. He skipped Storm. He's not taking any gases at his turret. He's just massing units with like.
The SCVs need to be at the front.
They absolutely need to be in the front. Force Field's gonna make this a bit awkward. He could disengage, but he takes up the Colossus. And like I said, that's the only real point of pulling the SCVs. Your ground army will beat out gateway units, but not if there's Colossus involved. He takes out the Colossus, and O'Keen's in a fantastic spot. First forced to pull his own probes into this, but it's only Stalkers that remain. I think we're gonna have a 2-0.
Yeah.
No, but another Colossus.
One more Colossus. How do you hold on?
Steps forward, but it costs him quite a few Marines, quite a few Marauders.
Oh, the probes are being pulled. I think he might be able to hold here if Ken Nansha.
He might just pull, but you know, at the same time, the momentum hasn't like lessened up. He's still rallying across the map. New Marauders enjoy the fight. The Dark Templar, though, I don't think he realizes there's a DT here. Not here in the swipes. He's not scanning. Medevac's going down. Keen!
The hole!
In one instant, this isn't just a hold, this is a very decisive victory almost, because look at the worker count for Keen.
Yeah,
he throws it all away. A DT kills about 5 more behind this.
Yeah, he killed all the... Oh my god. Wow.
Well, I mean, he killed all the SUVs at the natural. There's 5 at the natural. I mean,
yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, it came down to Keen being messy with it. The SCVs are all stuck behind the units. Yeah. If they were at the front, he would have taken the game. It looked like he was going to take the game, even with how messy the push was.
I think it was, well, I think King got a little bit greedy there too, going up the ramp. He should have just taken out that third, I think, and maybe start dropping at that point.
Yeah, that Colossus got so much shot on the bio that stacked up on the ramp.
I mean, he stemmed forward and he killed it, but you're right, it cost him half of his army. And he didn't have a large standing army to begin with after that big fight.
And the most important thing, I think, like the army was still relatively big, but it was so low HP. There was like 2 medivacs with like no energy left, so all of the bio were like deep red, and the Colossi just toasted everything so quickly.
I mean, I really applaud that Keen's trying to make this comeback, but I think with first maintaining his probe count, and, I mean, he lost like what? Yeah, almost nothing compared to that of well, actually, he lost a lot, but he's still got so many more than Keen right now.
Yeah, and I think
oh, the army's at the bottom of chasing nothing.
The end of the game.
What little Keen has for an army is out of position.
Well, he has got more rallying in now, but
I'm kind of, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of rooting for first at this point. If you're a Terran player and you failed the SCV all in, you kind of deserve to lose, you know? I mean, I hate to be that guy, but yeah, there's GG. First is actually gonna even up the series 1.